ticking a box or doing the work. So this is always a concept, and it comes up with people. And I get it with people who tell me that they work out. They tell me they're doing the right things, that they're, they go to the gym, they eat the right foods, they're doing all the right stuff, and nothing's happening. Okay. So there's always a few options that we explore. Is it the programming? Is it something else going on? Is it, what's going on? More often than not, it's an effort thing. And it's a hard one for me because I've often played a really gentle and nice game that I'm here to support you and we're going to get through it and all this kind of stuff. I reached a point where I realized that wasn't serving you. That me being gentle and kind and telling you it's not your fault, it's all right, wasn't actually serving you the best. What I was doing was I was mollycoddling you. I was actually exacerbating the problem. And there is a place for it, and it comes down to who you are as a person and your temperament and how much you can handle. But overall, from over a decade of doing this, I feel and believe that sometimes the harsh truth is actually the answer. And I spoke about it the other day. The difference between sitting on the couch, stuffing your face full of chips and ice cream and alcohol and drugs and just doing shit fucking all, and being in the gym is huge. It is a huge difference. And I will never, knock anyone for doing that because it means you're already in the game. You're already doing better. That being said, the difference between someone who just shows up and kind of phones it in and does the bare minimum to kind of get by versus someone who shows up with intention and fucking gets after it and leaves it all out there is astronomical. The results they'll get is huge. And so, most of the time, I actually think the answer is intention and effort. It's not just ticking a box, it's doing the work. It's doing the work with intention. It's doing the work with all-out effort. A guy who gives all-out fucking effort, even to the wrong program, to the wrong programming, will get more out of it to the guy who has the perfect programming and is just ticking the box. He's just showing up to say that he's done it. I went to the gym today. Cool. And this is one of those differences that matter. And when you do and commit to something for a long period of time, and I mean, we're talking 5-6 months kind of thing, it can get to a point where you feel like you were just ticking the boxes. And it's harder to show up with that intention and that effort all the time. So for that, I have the 3-day rule. Some days you will just tick the box. Some days you will just getting there and getting it done was the big win for the day. But that can't become normal. That cannot become the average. You need to fight that off for as long as humanly possible. Stop that from becoming, even just happening on one day for as long as humanly possible. And you should do everything in your power to avoid that happening. But on those days where it happens and you've just ticked the box, you've just shown up and that's all you've done, you cannot let that happen for 3 days. So you get away with one. The second day, you have to fix it. If it reaches a third day, you are fucked. And that's the problem. That's why we need to constantly be evaluating ourselves. We need to be constantly looking at what we are doing, how we're showing up. And we need to start overriding the subconscious patterning, the programming that's within us, because it'll rear its ugly head. Resistance will come back and it will try and take you down. You will get so far and then it'll be like, oh, don't you want to just take a day off? Don't you want to just take it easy today? Don't you want to just cruise today? Resistance is always out there, ready to take it all away from you. Because resistance is the biggest crusher of dreams, of success, of potential. You have so much potential. I know that for a fact, because you're here listening to this. It screams that you want more from your life. But that can all be washed away with resistance. And so when resistance gets in your ear, and you know that you're just showing up to tick that box, it cannot last more than that. One day that's your get out of jail free card. You get one of them. And after that, you need to get the fuck back up and start pushing forward. Start really doing that work. And it's hard. It really is hard to consistently and unendingly find another gear to push forward. But as long as you have given your all, you have given your everything in that workout, in that session, in that day, in that effort for it, then you can go and lay your head down as a man fulfilled. It is about the effort that is put in. That is what we are chasing. That is what we are working towards. That you show up with the intention that this is going to be your best workout ever, that this is going to be your best weighted walk ever, that you're going to crush it on the front of, your nutrition, your photos, your greatness list, whatever it might fucking be. You need to show up and crush that day, because there are still going to be days when you don't feel like it. There are going to be days that kick you in the teeth a little bit, and you have to still win those days. This is about stacking the wins on top of each other. As I said to you before, the Seinfeld method. How many days in a row, how many chains of an X, if you cross off the X that you won that day, how many days in a row can you get that to happen? This is the question. And the more you can stack days on days on days on days on days, the greater the compounding effect will be. But only if you are showing up with intention. Only if you're showing up with effort. Because ticking the box isn't good enough. Yeah, you're out there and you're beating the average. Cool, that's really good. But we're not just here to slightly beat the average. We are here to chase greatness. We are here to become the best version of ourselves. And that means putting aside our feelings, how we feel, our emotions, our physical capacity, and fucking get after it, because that's how we win. That's how we do it. Consistency plus intent is where the magic lies. But too many people don't have that in them. They don't have the ability to get after it on that level. And as I said, I understand that is a difficult thing to dig into something every single day. And I've spoken about it before, but it's why I think you need a chip on your shoulder. I think it's why you need your back against the wall. You need something there that is going to drive you forward and push you to do the things that need to be done. Because, no normal person is going to fucking do that shit. No normal person is going to show up and go, yeah, you know fucking what? I'm going to thrash myself in this workout today. I'm going to show up and give it absolutely everything I have. I'm going to squeeze out every little droplet of strength and motivation and fire I have within me to get this workout done. That's not fucking normal. And that's the point. That's what we are seeking. That's what we need. You don't want to be fucking normal. Being normal in today's society is a sad fucking commentary on where our world has gotten to. We want to stand out. You want to stand out from that. You want to be different from it. So you have to live your life in a different manner. You have to do things differently. You have to show up differently. You have to work your fucking ass off differently. Because the normal is lazy. The norm is average as fuck. The norm isn't getting anywhere near their greatness, not even near their potential. They aren't even showing up in the ball game. So you have to show up on a different level. And as I said, there are going to be days where it's going to be a grind. You are going to feel like just ticking the box. And on those days are the ones where you have to find it within you to dig deeper. You have to find it within you to push to a different level. Because those are the days you stack credibility for yourself. Those are the days where you build, mental fortitude and discipline. That's where you build confidence. It's where you establish that you are a man that no matter what the world throws at you, no matter how you feel, no matter what the fuck's going on, you're showing up and getting shit done. That's a different level. And not just ticking a box, getting shit done. Pushing yourself. Seeing how far you can take it. And, if we're talking in workouts, that's grinding out those extra reps. When your biceps or your shoulders or your chest or your back or your legs are on fucking fire. And you're like, I've got more. I have got, 2 more, and then 2 more, and then 2 more. Just see how many more you can grind out from that. If it's on the weighted walk, your legs are heavy, your shoulders are hurting, your lungs are on fire, and you go, I can go faster. I can keep pushing. I'm not going to stop here. I'm not going to stall here. I'm not going to take a rest and take a load off. No, I am pushing forward. Finding a different level on this and seeing how much faster I can get this done. And then the next day you try and do it faster again. And the next day you try and do it faster again. Try and beat your time each time. Try and go a little bit further. And that doesn't mean you're going to get that every time, but that's the fucking aim, that you're trying to set a new PB on it every single day. And no, you're not going to get there. Absolutely fucking not are you going to get there. But it's the intention of showing up in that manner. It's the intention of going, how much more can I give this? How much more can I put into this to get out of this? It's the same on nutrition. It's the same on that. How many days in a row can I be perfect? How many days in a row can I do it without avoiding loopholes or giving into the things that are easier on that? Because there are going to be easier versions. I said to you when I did phase 1, and we spoke about that there was days where, well, not even days, it'd be weeks where I was absolutely smashing things that were technically within my purview, but not really, not actually. The amount of frozen fruit and honey I was consuming would fucking kill a diabetic. Like, it was an astronomical amount of fruit. Like, I'm talking kilo and a half plus, I don't know, 100, 150 grams of honey, like huge amounts. Because though I was kicking goals in other areas, I was still showing weakness in that. And that was that area where I'd lost the intention. And I was just showing up and ticking the box. I'd lost the vision on where I was taking this. I'd lost the vision on how I was working this. And that's the problem. That we need to continue to keep the intention high. We need to keep in mind why we're doing this. And you have to find that reason why to push you into those areas. Because no, it's not just about a six-pack. No, it's not just about looking good. No, it's not just about being in shape. It's about all the things that flow on from that. All those things that it impacts and means for my family, for my kids, for my friends, for my clients, for those I serve, all those people. There's a massive flow-on effect. If I can show up as the best and most intent person around, I'm going to show up and I'm going to get shit done on a different fucking level. So no, I don't want to tick the box. And there are days where I struggle, and there are days where it's a grind, and I do feel like just going through the motions to tick the box, especially as I enter phase 2. It's really easy to fall into the trap of ticking the box. Because, well, most of this is ingrained now. Most of this is just a habit now. I don't need to think about this per se. It's just what gets done. But that's a really easy place to fall into that trap. It's a really easy place to fall into the trap of just, it got done. That's all that matters. No, it needs to be done to the correct level, with the correct amount of focus, with the correct amounts of effort. It needs to be shown up as the best version of yourself. And every day that you can stack this, every day that you can do this with more and more intention, builds into a bigger thing. The more days that you can go where your intention is high and your effort is at max level, that's winning. Most people can't knock out one day of that. If you get 7, you get 14, you get 21, you get 90, you get 126. Fucking imagine the different level you are now playing on. You stacked 126 days of max effort and intention into each other. You're now a different beast. You're now a different animal. That's what you want. That's why we do this. So, I hope that helped. I hope that spoke to you. And a lot of these things are often things that I need to hear. And it was a reminder, because I felt like I was getting into a comfortable rut. I felt like I was just ticking the box. And I was like, this cannot fucking stand. This needs to stop. So that's why I'm here. I'm sharing it. As I said, I'm sharing this journey as I go through it. It's not me preaching from on high. This is me in the trenches with you, telling you like it is, telling you what's happening as I execute it. And that's what this is about. So if you took value from this, if you enjoyed it, if there was something of note, please like, comment, subscribe. Please send it to someone else who needs to hear it. Next, if you're ready to take a step forward and see who you can truly be when, you cut away a lot of the bullshit. If you sacrifice the non-important for the important, please send me a message. Let's chuck you in our 30-day challenge and see what you are capable of. Because anyone can commit to anything for 30 days. But the changes it'll have on your life, on your confidence, on your focus, on your discipline, on your physical capacity, on your physique, all of those things is astronomical. So message me about that. Lastly, if you just want to dip your toe in a little bit and just test the waters, please click the link in my bio, join the Daily Greatness Mail, and grab a copy of the top 10 tips, tools to transform your mental toughness and become the best version of yourself. But that's all. Until next time.